This is the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 10 and verse 12. The word of a wise man's mouth are gracious, but the lips of a fool will swallow him up. The beginning of the words of his mouth is foolishness, and the end of his talk is mischievous madness. A fool also is full of words. A man cannot tell what shall be, and what shall be after him. Who can tell him? The labor of a foolish one of them, wearieth every one of them, because he knoweth not how to go to the city. Woe unto thee, O land, when the king is a child, and thy princes eat in the morning. Shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all honor and glory to Yahweh Bahasham, Yahweh Shai Bahasham, Rakak Wadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, rule well, being a great example to the younger brothers in the truth, and peace and blessings to the hopeful elect, Lord, with this edifying. And we're going to get straight into it. It reads Bill Gates bankrolling, bankrolling the destruction of all trees to stop global warming. And this is the devil himself, one of, you know, with this false science and this madness. And ultimately all they doing is destroying what the Lord said was good in order to stop something that really don't even exist, man. You know. But this what this nigga supposed to do. The Lord say um he saw another red horse and was given to him a great sword, roughly paraphrasing, power was given to him to take peace from the earth. And this part of him taking peace from the earth, this nigga gotta be doing the things that he doing. Scriptures also, I'm just quoted, surely a turning of things upside down shall be esteemed as the potter's clay. But let's read an article. It say in um and also say the whole all the foundations of earth are out of course. Why? Because Esau Edom is fucking everything up. He's not the rightful ruler of the earth. He's a child. He shouldn't be. And ultimately, he got rulership, but he's gonna swiftly be taken out of rulership because he ruled the earth like a kid, like a badass kid. You know. Um, in the article, it say in order to stop the planet from melting into a puddle of overly warmed goo, billionaire e- eugenics eugenics Bill Gates wants to chop down all trees and bury them in the ground. Over the next decade, Kodama Systems, a company that received a 6.6 million injection of funded funding seed funding from Bill Gates' breakthrough energy scheme, plans to raise at least 70 million acres of uh 70 million acres of western forest to prevent climate change. Burying trees can reduce global warming. Some scientists are apparently now claiming.
Bill Gates and other investors are betting Kadama Systems can reduce carbon dioxide in the air by chopping down and burying trees, which has raised 6.6
And the question is, and this 6.6, you know, it's the number of a man, 666, which is over 260, but still.
million dollars in seed funding from Bill Gates' Breakthrough Energy and others. Scientists say burying trees can reduce global warming as well. I don't know where they're finding these scientists, by the way. To help address the problem, the U.S. Forest Service
And that's what I was gonna say. Trees actually put out oxygen and suck up CO2. You know,
aims to thin out 70 million acres of western forest, mostly in California, over the next decade, extracting more than 1 billion tons of bone-dried biomass. Normally, when you cut down trees, when you're a lumberjack, when you have a lumber company, you're selling the lumber to build houses, people buying from Home Depot or whatever. They're arguing that they want to, rather than sell the timber, take all that wood and just bury it because they're saying that that is a better solution. And so, in other words, this is a business because they're getting money to create carbon offsets. And this is what Bill Gates is financing.
Woe to thee, O land, when thy king is a child. It say most of the trees slated for removal are in California, where Com Condoma plans to axe them to death and bury them under the soil in order to prevent their carbon from spewing back into the atmosphere. Why cut them down if they help remove? Why cut them down if they help remove carbon out the air? You gonna cut them down and bury them under the ground so if they fall, they won't release carbon back to these people are fucking retarded, man. But uh, I guess you can keep reading into this. Let me see. It say most of the tree under the soil to prevent their carbon from spewing back into the atmosphere. Carbon is the basis of life from the basis of life on Earth. Of course, but Gates and other globalists, in industrialists, carbon haters want it so they, so that, so they can capture the entire world from their own personal use once all real life forms are gone and everything left is transhuman or synthetic. And that's one of the agendas in the New World Order. They want to depopulate the earth. They want the earth to be able to sustain less people. So that's why they doing all these things, attacking the earth. They at war with the earth. They taking peace from the earth, man. But that's pretty much the point. This First Timothy 6 and 20, it say, "O Timothy, keep that which is committed to thy trust. Avoid profane and vain babbling and oppositions of science, falsely so called." So we gotta avoid vain. I mean, we gotta, this science is false. That's pretty much the point. You know, this science is false. And if you are Israelite, you shouldn't be trusting in this man's science. This nigga been lying forever, man. So-called white man, these international bankers. They been lying forever, man. You can't trust these people, man. You can't trust their science. You can't trust them, man. They are your enemy. This Revelation chapter 11 and verse 18. The nations were angry and thy wrath is come. In the time of the dead that they should be judged, and that they should give reward unto thy servants the prophets, and to the saints, and to them that fear thy name, small and great, and should destroy them which destroy the earth. Yeah, and the Lord finna destroy you devils, man. He finna bring you out of power, you know. He's finna bring you all the way out of power and put you the top. Your kings are finna go into chains, man. The bankers are finna go into chains. Why? Because of their weakness. And they put us in the captivity. So whatsoever man soweth, that shall he also reap. You know. That's why the Lord spoke about they ain't consider the latter end of things, you know. And that's what they destruction, they demise, they downfall. And Esau, you can do whatever you want to do because we seek for a new heaven and a new earth where and dwell righteousness anyway, man. You know. So pollute it as much as you want. It's gonna be repaired. and turn right side up when the Lord returns. I don't know why I got this. Oh, yes. This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 14, in verse 5. It reads, "The Lord," I start at verse 4. "Thou shalt take up this proverb against the king of Babylon, and say, How have the oppressor ceased, the golden city ceased? The Lord Yahweh hath broken the staff of the wicked and the scepter of the rulers." Gonna bring them out of power, man. They say, "He who smote the people in with wrath with a continual stroke, he that ruled the nations with anger, on to Esau Edom, is persecuted and none hindereth. The whole earth is at rest and is quiet. They break forth into singing. Yeah, the fir trees rejoice at thee, and the cedars of Lebanon, saying, Since thou art laid down, no fellow is come up against us." Yeah, Esau just be mass cutting down trees, you know. Esau be overdoing shit. Now he to the point where he don't want to. He just want to cut the shit down, cut the trees down just to bury you. Talking about to reduce carbon. Lord got to take this nigga out the way, man. That's why the scriptures speak about if the Lord don't shorten the days, ain't gonna be no flesh to be saved. Lord, get this nigga 20 more years. We all gonna be fucked up, man. We all gonna die. This nigga can't rule for another 20 years, you know? And World War III gonna pop off before 20 years, how heated things are in the earth, man. Esau ain't gonna let, you know, America ain't just gonna sit back and let China and Russia just, you know, just take over. They gonna do things and it's gonna cause World War III, which we already know these things gonna happen. But the earth is not gonna be here for another 15, 20 years and World War III gonna blow off again. No. The Lord getting ready to bring all these things to pass that written of in the scripture, you know, including the MOTB, which is the CHI to the P, the subdermal, the implantable device that they want to put underneath your skin, you know. And Jacob's trouble is, and that's all a part of Jacob's trouble, you know. Jacob's trouble is a part of the scriptures as well, man, you know. And Esau finna show you niggas that it's gonna be a real time. The Lord finna show you niggas that Jacob's trouble is real, and we ain't here to make you understand a damn thing, you know. You know, these scriptures, the Lord's words are pure. You know, they are true, holy and true. You can't debunk what we teaching because the prophecies come to pass as we proclaim these things for the Lord, man. But that's pretty much the point. Lord, when this edifying, I want to end it. Giving all honor and glory to Yahweh by Hashem, Yahweh Shai by Hashem, Rakah Kodash, give honors to the apostles and the elders, the great millstone, rule well, man, great example to his young brothers in the truth. Peace and blessings to the whole elect. Shalom. Kwam Yashala. Shalom.